The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. So a very short kicker. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Accounted for 57 touchdowns in his 2 years as a starter at USC and won a Rose Bowl in 2016 over Penn State with an absolutely magical performance. But 35 turnovers during his time as a starting quarterback for the Trojans, something he'll definitely need to address and work on in the NFL.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned right there, the first NFL touchdown pass for Sam Darnold. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
And he's got to absolutely be sky high right now. The first touchdown pass in the NFL, the first of what should be many, many more. But 57 of them in 2 seasons as a starter at USC, none as sweet as that one right there for Sam Darnold. Hello, NFL, I'm here.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Now Jackson on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 6 catches, 94 yards, and a score.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. In a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL. Just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. On second down, Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Detroit! Gone!
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Bruce Ellington, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. They scored the most points of anyone on opening. Weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. To throw on second down is Darnold. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Get some 9 yards and a first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Pushes him over. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The open man is Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually third down, fourth down? They got them on second down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
To throw is Darnold. This will be caught just inside the 10. Flashed a nifty move, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll give it to him up the middle. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it through the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2, having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he is far away in Orlando. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Bryant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. On second down, here's Jackson. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On first and 10, it's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson on second down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Bucky Hodges, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go.
They try again with Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. You've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They run again with Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit the tackle to Brandon Mebane. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
3-19.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's got Rodgers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now, big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43.
Hey. Now let's go. Green.
Play action. It's Darnold. Ebron caught left side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
This will be caught just inside the 10. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked...
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Torrey Smith with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance on the game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
On 2nd down, Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with it.
Down down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Watching now, Marty.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vinny Curry in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Gone!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this one is incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Distance was never an issue, not in this mile-high air, but it doesn't matter what elevation you're at if you don't put it on target. And this one kind of takes off on him.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun, finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Julio Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2.
Now let's go. Blue, land it.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it feel a little different.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys will... take over at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. You know, all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up. No crazy plays, and they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now it's Darnold. And this is caught by Fowles, right side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 3rd down, that's Carson, and he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And this is a spot where you can learn a lot about a young quarterback.
And that's why they brought him into the organization, because you don't just bring them in strictly for their talent. You think that they have that something special in them that will allow them to function in these types of situations. Now it's time for them to be clinical and not emotional. You know your play sequence. You know what has to get done. Get the ball to the right people, get out of bounds, and get it downfield and try and score.
Yeah, he's trying to earn his stripes here for a winning drive. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. He's back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Macklin, the man he was looking for.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Detroit! Now let's go!
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Broncos, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first two homes to more Ravens. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
When you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flat living, walking.